news coming out of Houston. Another saga of Houston just kind of being down bad the past year, just losing people. This man J.J. Watt and Houston Texans have come to a mutual agreement for him to part ways. Obviously, just whole saga going on with the Texans this year. Had a lot happen, all the way from Bill O'Brien getting fired, Deshaun Watson now also demanding a trade, and J.J. Watt's now being released. It's crazy to see what's kind of happening with that organization just kind of imploding from within. But, I mean, hey, I don't think this is the worst thing in the world for J.J. Watt. At this point in his career, he's made a shit ton of money. I think he's probably going to try to look to go somewhere. It's probably for a vet minimum. I bet one of these teams that are contenders are going to look to try to sign him up. I'll bet he'll sign for his minimum and obviously go to a contender. I think he could be a hump for a lot of teams to kind of get him over that edge. Some of these teams like Green Bay's or I saw some 49ers stuff out there. If, you get a healthy, depending on what the 49ers want to do, Bosa, Watt, Armstead, and if you had a healthy Jimmy G, that's a pretty nasty roster too. So, I mean, I don't know necessarily where he goes. I know he's going to make any team better that he goes to for sure. Literally. It's more or less what team is, going to take a flyer. I definitely think it's one of those top 10 teams for sure that are going to try to look to, I think, are in a position to win. Possible Colts action. I'm not sure. I think he's definitely going to go to a contender.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, he's on the back end of his career. He's obviously chasing rings at this point. And I can't tell you one team in the whole league that wouldn't be thrilled to get J.J. Watt on their squad. I mean, even just in the locker room, such a leader. And, there was really no bad blood with him and, the Houston fans. Like you said, Houston's just a dumpster fire. GM, head coach, both franchise faces gone out of your organization now. J.J. Watt put out a nice little video on Twitter. All his social medias addressing Houston fans. Shout out him. He's definitely a stand-up dude, but I mean, he just needs a ring. I mean, we're looking at someone who's like statistically is up there for like best of all time in the defensive just like side of things. I mean, the argument is just going to go higher and higher if he does have a ring. But also, I don't really necessarily think there's a bad thing for Houston. I mean, they're obviously in a gigantic rebuild here, and they just got rid of their two biggest contracts. Well, they're still in the process of getting rid of Deshaun Watson, but they just have a lot of room to fix this thing. And, obviously, it's hard to let a player like J.J. Watt go, but when you have to pay him like that and you need to bring in a lot more people, that's going to help them for sure on the cap situation.
Definitely. I mean, same thing with Deshaun. It's very unfortunate if he does end up getting dealt. That's obviously a huge player to lose, but obviously for a player like J.J. Watt, who has put the city of Houston on his back for a long time, done a lot for that city, and has been in the forefront and the face of that franchise, for him to not be happy and want out, clearly there's something going on that I also think justifies Deshaun Watson wanting out of there as well. But
I agree with you.
We will see where that man goes. Definitely, one of these teams that's going to be Pickens. Teams are going to be looking to second.
Literally everyone.
It's probably going to be up to him. It's probably going to be his choice.
How do you not want that strong man up front? You're so right. It's going to be up to him, dude. That's so excited. So excited. If you had a pick, you got your choice where he'd end up, where you want him.
I mean, I don't know. If Green Bay is going to run it back, that'd be a crazy option.
Yeah.
Tampa. You know what I'm saying? Maybe what happens with Shaq Barrett. And like I said, one of those teams, maybe the Chargers, maybe 49ers.
I would like to see him on the Niners, I think. And my reasoning for that is J.J. Watt is just such a beast. If you can pair him with someone else on the other side of that D-line that's just going to also eat, that's what you want. I mean, we just saw Tampa win a Super Bowl with one of the strongest front four we've ever seen. So, adding J.J. Watt to that room is incredible.
Let's go to the Rams, bro. Pair them up with damn.
Could you imagine, dude?
The two greatest defensive players in our
just be stat chasing. It'd be incredible. That'd be awesome to see. It'd be
awesome to see. Definitely excited to see where that man J.J. Watt goes. Dude's a legend, first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. But.